Hey there, Oz.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, what movie do you have for us as we finish up Gosh Barnett month?
Yeah, to wrap up Gosh Barnett month, we have a movie marriage of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner
Yeah.
meets The Ladies' Man
Mm-hmm.
with a little bit of 90-hour fiancé. All set to the soundtrack of Third Base's Pop Goes the Weasel.
Love it.
This week, we're watching Son-in-Law.
Pop goes the weasel, goes the weasel, goes pop.
Exactly.
I love it. Oh, what a great way to finish your movie marriage. Well done, my friend.
Well, thank you. Welcome back, listeners and viewers, to another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, the podcast where we take a monthly theme. We're wrapping up a very fun theme this week with
Yes, we are.
Gosh Barnett month, movies with barns.
That's it. There is a visible barn in the movie, and it meets the criteria.
Yeah, and it has something to do with said plot. We're not even scraping the bottom of the barrel for themes. This is just one we wanted to do.
Yeah. It's not like we just ran out of ideas.
Nope, we got plenty. So I'm one of your hosts, Oz.
I am the other host, Curtis.
And before we get too far, we want to give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers, Don S., Aaron A., Mandy K., Melissa L., Colleen K., and Lyle M. Thank you, one and all, for your patronage.
Yes, thank you for your patronage, particularly this Gosh Barnett month.
Yeah, it's been well funded. So, Son-in-Law, a movie we mentioned just a little bit pre-show. Was this the first time watch for you?
It was not. It's probably been at least 25 years since I've seen it, but it is not a first time watch for me, and it is not for you.
No, not for me either. I've seen this movie several times.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we said, just a very simple film.
Yeah.
This was back in that era. Really, SNL was best at it in this time, where they just have, for lack of a better word, vehicles for characters.
Mm-hmm. That was basically like the mid to late 90s.
Pretty much. Was any Saturday Night Live produced film was just, we've got a character that we want to make a full movie out of.
Yeah.
And those were fairly popular. You had good ones, Wayne's World. Mm-hmm. You had bad ones, It's Pat, like Coneheads.
Coneheads.
But there were a lot of them. Superstar was another real fun one.
The Ladies' Man, which you mentioned in the movie Marriage.
Ladies' Man, of course, and even this goes all the way back to the Blues Brothers. I mean, way back with John Landis. And so because that like super niche genre of film it's not even like IPs, it's just more character, so we take it and we put a very simple plot around it and just let this character,
very simple plot,
let this character live. MTV
Noah Vanderhoff.
MTV pretty much had their own character in Pauly Shore.
He really is just a walking caricature.
He is, and not in the same way that like Pee Wee Herman was a Paul Rubin character. This is Pauly Shore just being Pauly Shore.
Where is the reality line? Where does Pauly Shore the person and Pauly Shore the character begin and end?
Yeah, and there obviously is a divide, but I do think, because I mentioned last week just in chatting, my wife Jenny and I, we've seen Pauly Shore in Peoria doing stand-up a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And in both instances, yes, again, it's his character coming through, but he lives in it so well that you really do just start to be like, this is just him. Like, there is no off switch. This is just who he is all the time.
Well,
and that's okay.
It's how much the volume is turned up or turned down.
Yeah. And so, whereas there are others that have very clear character, like Bobcat Goldthwait's one that comes to mind. Like, you see him do
it's a bit. Yeah, it's a
bit. It's very much a bit. Whereas Son-in-Law is, you're like, hey, nobody's ever seen on camera Pauly Shore not acting this way. So you just assume this is how he is. So, and that's what we're dealing with in the Son-in-Law. So I've got the plot this week.
You do?
And a deep dive. So
take your time with this one, Oz.
Get your notebooks out, everyone.
Yes.
But who's in this movie?
Yeah, as far as the characters, there's actually there's not a huge cast, but there's a lot of kind of like, oh, that guy character actors that are in this movie. Starting with, though, of course, we have Pauly Shore as, I don't even think I realized this until literally this moment as I'm looking at the Wikipedia cast list. Fred is Fred. Do they ever use his legal first name in the movie?
He mentions it one time. I think Becca mentions it one time. She's like, Fred? And then he's like, it's a family name, and that's it.
No, that's right. That's right.
Just a real passing.
Yeah. But I mean, but for all intents and purposes, his name is Crawl.
And or Crotch.
Or Crotch, yeah. So he's the lead. He's the character who we're supposed to identify with and follow around and whatever. Yeah. Then we have the Warner family. Mm-hmm. We have father and mother. We have Lane Smith playing Walter Jr. So he's a junior despite the fact that he's the dad. And then we have Cindy Pickett from Ferris Bueller's Day Off as Connie the mother. And then they have a couple of kids. Rebecca or Becca is the character who we sort of follow. They grew up in it's a small town in, was it South Dakota, I think?
South Dakota, yeah.
South Dakota. She goes to school somewhere on the West Coast. That's where we meet Crawl.
Yeah, LA University, I think is where she went.
University of College.
Yeah.
We have a couple other members of the Warner family. We have Zach, who is Becca's little brother, played by Patrick Renna, who's been in stuff. I think he was in The Sandlot, wasn't he?
Sandlot, yeah. He's really his big one.
Yeah, he's one of those that guy kind of kid actors of the 90s who popped up in things.
He also still looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Because it's like
exactly like he did. He stopped aging. It's like Interview with a Vampire.
Yep. Yeah. He got Kirsten Dunst.
He did. He got dunsted.
Yep.
We also have Mason Adams playing Walt Sr. So there's 3 generations of Warners in the household. There's Walt Sr., Walt Jr., and then Becca and Zach. We also have Dennis Berkeley, who plays Theo, Walter's farmhand. He's the voice of the principal in King of the Hill. Another one of those sort of just that guy actors who kind of pops. Like you need sort of a husky guy, you cast Dennis Berkeley. We also have Tiffani Amber Thiessen of all people in the movie as Tracy, Rebecca's best friend, as she's referred to in Wikipedia. But
she's the reason for my ladies' man interjection here in the movie Marriage. Of, oh look, Tiffani Amber Thiessen breaking up another relationship.
Yep, there she is. Yeah, she kind of got typecast there after Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, it's work.
It's work.
Work is work. We also have, we have Flea as in a cameo as a tattoo artist, of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And there's another very famous cameo in this movie. I'll wait till we get it as it comes up in the plot there.
Did you mention Travis?
Did I mention Travis? No, I did not mention Travis. I got sorry. Hooked into the Warner family. Yes, we have Travis. Dan Gauthier plays Rebecca's South Dakota boyfriend. He's longing for her to come back from college. Doesn't want her to go in the first place.
He's graduated, still wears his leather jacket everywhere.
Yeah,
that kind of guy.
Yeah, but pretty sure he was around 30 when they filmed this, and he looks it. Really.
That's a South Dakota 18 for you. He was born in 63. This movie came out in 93.
Okay.
He was 30.
Yep. He was 30.
Yep.
And he looks every bit of it.
Yep.
Although, I mean, Carla Gugino, she was, I think, late 20s when they filmed this as well. So
yeah, they did a really good job of making her look younger.
Yeah.
She was 22.
Well, she was born. So she was born in 71. So I guess she wasn't quite as old. And I think Pauly Shore. How old was he? He was born in 68, so he was in his mid-20s when they filmed this. Uh-huh. Although he was supposed to be like in his 6th year in college. So.
Yeah, exactly. So he was about the only one that was accurate to his character's age.
So that's the cast.
Yeah.
Oz, what do we have for the thick, multi-layered plot of Son-in-Law?
Well, the movie starts out with something that I actually laughed at. We've got graduation in South Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
And it's outside on the football field, and it's such a small class. They're doing like this overhead like helicopter shot of the graduation.
Yeah, small town USA.
Class is so small that like you could fit them all within like 20 yards of the field. It's just like they're taking up no part of the field. And because the class is so small, the families of the class is so small, which begs to differ. Why do you have such a huge football stadium for this tiny little high school? Anyway, Becca graduates, as does Travis, as does, what was her name? Tracy. Who it says here in Wikipedia is Becca's best friend. I never
really get that vibe. You kind of get the vibe they were more good acquaintances than like best friends.
Yeah, obviously in a small school, you are classmates with who you don't get to pick a clique when you're only in school with 18 kids.
Yeah, that's true.
And so so they're all graduating. Becca's the valedictorian.
Of course she is.
We of course had just had our respective high school graduations. Her speech was no different than every graduation speech ever spoken. Like class of 20, whatever. We did it. Yeah. If you would have told me 18 years ago that like, it's just so cliche.
It's not a deep well to draw water from when you're writing this kind of speech.
No. So, and she's been accepted to college in Los Angeles. That's where she's going to go. She's very wholesome. She's very just girl next door.
Naive, demure.
Very naive.
Yeah.
Her long dresses and her hair back in a pony. And she's cute. Like it's just, she's just this
girl next door, farm girl next door.
Just wholesome, cute high school graduate girl. Who's going to school out in LA, which of course the movie definitely paints a picture of, LA is, you might as well be on another planet.
Yeah. I think she went to Debauchery University.
I must have, yeah. So she gets out there.
It's a for profit.
It's a Grand Canyon subsidiary.
It is. It's an arm of Grand and DeVry.
Yeah, in DeVry. So
her major was TV and VCR repair,
computer programming, child daycare.
TV, VCR
Major in child daycare. Thanks, Suzanne Summers.
Yeah.
So they take her to school. They park about as far away from her dorm as you could get. They're lugging her trunk of clothes. Mom and dad getting an argument on campus. It's like she's embarrassed. This is the first part of Fish Out of Water. Like she's completely like
nobody wants her to go there. Nobody wants her to go there except her.
Right. Nobody wants her to go, but they support her.
Yeah.
And Grandpa's okay with it. Grandpa, he's pretty supportive of Becca and what she does.
As long as Grandpa's got his whittling knife, he's pretty good.
Exactly. And so they get her moved in. They meet her roommate. Her roommate's girlfriend shows up. So then they're all standing there watching her make out with her girlfriend.
Oh, heaven forbid 2 females are kissing.
While I have zero problem with that, don't make out with your girlfriend right in front of your roommate's family when they're moving in. Like, it's one thing to give a little smooch, see you later, but it falls in the same category as just unnecessary PDA.
Well, that's as the audience, that's what you're supposed to feel as you're in the shoes of the Warner family,
right? But we're watching the Warners, and they are obviously uncomfortable with what they're watching. But I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, of course you should be uncomfortable with what you're watching. Like, the movie's painting them as like, oh, a girl kissing a girl. We're not in Kansas anymore, But I'm looking at it as like, I don't care if it was her and her boyfriend. Don't make out with your significant other.
I could see that.
That's where I'm going.
It's not so much I'm a female kissing a female.
Right.
It's hey, Roomie and Roomie's family.
Yeah. That's where it was for me.
And commence making out.
Yeah, it's like there's a time and place, and right now is not the time. Like,
read the room.
Yeah, that's where I was. But again, this is 93. This is what they did. Movies like this or Road Trip or just let's shoehorn in something that would make anyone uncomfortable, except Zach, of course, who's like grabbing the camcorder to videotape this. And so, Zach has already like gone through the roommate's dresser and has her bra, which Becca then takes the bra from her brother and then hands it to the roommate. It's like, it's just this, comedy of errors situation.
Yes, it's as uncomfortable could be is the vibe you're supposed to get here.
Dad can't get the trunk open, so he goes directly across the hall to the RA's room. And there's Crawl, who's hanging from his ankles.
Yeah. He was Michael Keatoning is what he was doing.
Exactly. I was going to say, he's prepping for his Batman audition. He's too late, but it's already been out. And so we get our first dose of Pauly Shore being Pauly Shore. He comes over, introduces the family, he's hitting on mom, just whatever. He's just doing his shtick.
Yeah. Pauly Shoring everywhere.
Exactly. And then parents leave and we get I won't call it a full-blown montage, but we get a series of scenes that portray Becca's first semester at school.
Yeah. Well, initially she, she makes it a couple of months and then there's like a Halloween bash. And that was sort of this, like the straw that broke the camel's back. I want to go home.
Yeah.
I've had enough. I made the wrong choice. I went too far away. And Crawl is like, just give me one more day.
Yeah.
And then you can go.
Exactly. And basically told her, you've got to make an effort too.
Yeah.
That's not fair to school.
Yeah.
To, you've got a comfort zone. You've got to push the boundaries of that.
Yeah.
So he convinces her to give her a chance. And she does. Like, she acclimates fairly quickly, gets her hair cut, dyes her hair, starts dressing in a different style, gets a tattoo, starts rollerblading through Venice Beach.
Rollerblading?
Yeah.
Cue pearl clutching. Those are the devil's wheels.
Yeah. Sorcery at foot if they're all in line.
4 wheels and 4 axles. No, this is not how this works.
It's like how Obi-Wan knew that stormtroopers were at foot because Jawa travel in a straight line. These wheels only form one track. How?
It's the devil's work.
It's the devil's work. So now it's Thanksgiving. It's time to go home for Thanksgiving. Becca's ready to go. She naturally is the last one in the dorm.
Yep.
But she and Crawl are tight. Like they're best buds. And she realizes that Crawl has nowhere to go for Thanksgiving.
Poor Crawl.
He's got the new Hungry Man though. Like
he's well versed in Hungry Man.
He does know Hungry Man.
He knows all of them. He knows the whole product line.
So she convinces him to come home to Thanksgiving with me. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we flip the fish out of water just like we did last. Just like we did last
with
week.
Witness. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like we did
I was thinking about
week.
that before we hit record as well. There's a lot of parallels between son-in-law and Witness. They have barns.
I couldn't agree with you more.
They have barns and fish out of water.
Fresh nugs. Like
there's a lot of nugs in in Witness.
So Becca and Crawl get to South Dakota. The Warners are there. Becca's boyfriend Travis is there, and they are shocked when she gets off the plane.
Yeah, they don't recognize her at first.
No, they do not recognize her at first. She comes off the plane as basically Crawlette.
Yes, female Pauly Shore.
Yes, and she
I like that Crawlette.
So she's just doing what he does.
Yeah, she's doing a Pauly Shore impression.
Yeah. And it's Carla Gugino, so it's fine. Like it's not a bad one. But they're all just dumbstruck with the changes in her. She realizes like that night that Travis is going to propose.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. He's laid it on really thick.
Yes, because you want to be nuanced in a film like this. Like,
yes.
You don't want to leave people to just try to figure out what's happening. You want to
hit them over the head.
You could misdirection left and right, but make sure your audience is getting this. Like, don't let them miss it.
This wasn't directed by Alfred Hitchcock?
No. This was not an M. Night Shyamalan film.
No? This wasn't De Palma?
It's Steve Rash.
The Steve Rash?
Yes. And so she obviously is not ready for this proposal. Kind of elbows Crawl, urging him to speak. He doesn't know what to say, so he just spits out, "You're too late, Travis. I already proposed. We're getting married."
This is your doctor. You're not
done. Pretty much, yeah. So it's not good. That caught me off guard. I was doing it. So Travis obviously is upset, storms out. Becca storms out after him. Carl storms out after them. The family is very upset because,
of course they are. How dare you do this, Becca?
Yeah, without letting us know.
Yeah.
They go out and Travis just punches Carl right in the face.
He does. Carl is not exactly a fighting man.
No, but he never pretends to be one either.
No, he is who he is. He gets hit and then he basically just curls up in a ball and whines at the floor.
Why'd you do that?
I did find that part kind of amusing.
Yeah, it was funny. Apparently, it was also on blood thinners because they finish dinner. Apparently. Get back in the truck. They make Becca and Carl sit in the back seat of the pickup truck. Or no, at the back seat, like in the bed of it.
Yes, in the bed of the truck.
And he's still bleeding. Like he's got a lot of blood on his face.
It's like Ric Flair before he goes into a match where he has to cut himself. Yeah, where he has the blade. He took 2,000 milligrams of aspirin.
Right, got to make it real thin. So he's got blood all over his face. Becca bumps him. Like it's just this. Almost, what are we going to do, Crawl? Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, we're now engaged, purportedly.
Yeah, so we got to work our way through this. So they leaned into it. Crawl definitely he's doing a friend a favor.
Yeah.
I really think when he shouted out the initial proposal, it was just to deflect Travis. I really don't think at that time he had a thing for her.
Agreed. Agreed. He was doing a salad for a friend. And
I really
the first thing that came out of his mouth.
Yeah. And so, but they now have to act the part. And so he's playing in the whole, like, well, I'm going to be your son-in-law, so I better learn how to farm. So we get this.
Yeah. Cue montage.
Fun enough montage of Crawl gets, Theo gets him up super early. Crawl can't do family chores. To be fair, Theo's not exactly putting him in a good position to do the chores.
No.
And so obviously proven to Walter he can't do it. But Crawl, ever one to be full of perseverance.
Yes, that resourceful Crawl.
Very much so. He proves himself. He quickly learns how to do these tasks. He feeds the pigs. He uses his rollerblades. The devil's wheels come back. I love the fact that he's going to Becca's for Thanksgiving in South Dakota and took his rollerblades.
And he packed his rollerblades. Because if there's one thing South Dakota is known for, it's its vibrant rollerblading community.
Yeah. It's its long, smooth sidewalks.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no seams in that pavement in South Dakota.
This montage really just turns into him connecting with each of the family members.
Yeah.
Zach's working on his computer in his room and he's frustrated with it. And he doesn't like Crawl at all because he's not supposed to.
He was told he has to put him up in his room and
which he didn't want to do that. So Crawl, he fixes his computer for him.
His gateway.
Yeah, exactly. He impresses him with his computer skills, and he's like, Carl's been in college enough that he's majored in everything.
He's cycled through. He's a professional student. He's one of those people who is actively avoiding real adult responsibility.
He's like Jeremy Piven at PCU. I'm still there.
Yeah.
But I will give Carl credit for this. Even though he spent very little time in each of these majors, he was he picked up skills. Like he was
it's not like he wasn't learning. He was learning.
Yeah, he was learning.
Yeah.
So Zach's really kind of started to see him as a, potential big brother figure kind of thing. Yeah. There's a night where everybody's going to go to this bar, like this line dance, barn dance, whatever. This scene was uncomfortable for me. Well,
the beginning of it, as he walks in on Connie getting out of the shower,
now,
and he doesn't leave.
Yeah, that's the part. Like, he comes into the bathroom. He thinks it's Becca. He's not being, like, sexual about it. He's just being playful as a friend. He thinks it's Becca. He kind of tickles her. It's Connie. And then he doesn't leave. He just starts, again, he's not making a move, but he's just being very positive and very complimentary and in his own Pauly Shore way, to which she's kind of flattered by it. And he's like,
she's standing there naked or like in a towel, wet in a towel.
Yeah.
Tell me more, Crawl.
She does kick him out of the bathroom out of like embarrassment and frustration, but he's still outside the door. He's like, Connie, give me an hour. I could, and she is intrigued enough that she opens the door and invites him back in. And but again, nothing happens between the two of them.
No,
it's pure wholesome.
It's
still just really weird.
Yeah.
So
I remember I had a similar moment with my mother-in-law.
I bet you did.
Yeah, walked it. She had just gotten out of the shower.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Hey, who will like things? We're gonna gussy you up, girl.
That's right.
Then we're gonna go line dancing
with a body like yours."
Word for word, that's what I said to my mother-in-law.
With a body like yours.
Yeah.
So they show up late. Like, everybody leaves for the barn dance without them.
Yeah.
So that she can make a fashionably late appearance.
Yeah.
Walter is, again, he's still anti-Crawl.
Yeah.
But when Connie comes in and she's got this boost of confidence about her, and
wearing something a little sexy.
Right. He goes up. Walter likes it very much. Another man comes up and compliments her and asks her if she wants to dance. He basically, get lost, she's mine.
Yeah.
And Walter really enjoys himself at the barn dance. Like, he's just, I'm here with the belle of the ball. Like, she's all mine.
Well, I mean, as we see when they get home, you see him pushing their separate twin beds together. So they, you get the idea that there's not a lot of romance or intimacy in their relationship at this point.
She's the farmer's wife. Early to bed, early to rise. Like, there's no time for that. There was time twice.
And even then, it was pushing it.
Yeah.
Those hogs aren't going to feed themselves.
Exactly. Like, we ended up with Zach on the second time. Do we want to try a third? No. And so they're just these little, like, these little snippets of connecting with the family. And Walter goes fishing with Crawl and his dad. And Walter Jr. is fishing a certain way.
Yeah.
And Dad is razzing him for the way he's fishing. And I just like fishing this way. Well, Grandpa gets frustrated and marches off. Ends up having like a heart attack, but the heart attack was delayed long enough for Crawl to get into Walter Jr.'s mind and be like, because Walter Jr., he's kind of going on about, my dad never lets me do the things I want to do, et cetera, et cetera. And then Crawl's just like, how, like, you don't like what Zach has to do. Instantly backs off, like, sorry, like, understood. I may have stepped out of line, but he wanted to plant that seed anyway, and he did.
It worked.
Grandpa has a heart attack when Walter's dealing with whatever to go get his pills. Crawl performs CPR. Crawl attempts to perform CPR. Grandpa comes out of his heart attack and realizes, I'd rather not die. I will shake off my heart attack to avoid CPR from Pauly Shore.
Just rub some dirt on it.
Just shake it off. And so that was the connecting piece for Walter of like, I really appreciate what you did for my dad there.
So he has these moments with all the family members and brings the family together.
Yeah, exactly. So Carl gets to a point where he's like, I need to dress like a local.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to dress this way, which is kind of funny because I've been in a situation similar to this. My first year at Golden Apple, we're up in the city, and I had befriended several, but really there was a pack of about 3 of us. It was 2 girls in my cohort. One of them was also from a very rural area, and the other one was inner city Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And she was our guide as non-Chicago people to navigate Chicago. She's the one that provided concert tickets to my first ever concert, Pearl Jam at Alpine Valley. Like went with her.
Pretty nice first concert.
That was the first concert. Went with her aunt. Like it was just took care of us. And then we had a weekend where we could get away, and the 3 of us went down south of Springfield to this other girl's farm. Mm-hmm. And very much Pauly Shore like here. The Chicago girl was like, take me somewhere where I can buy Carhartt stuff. Like, we gotta go. So we're at Farm King, and she's decked out in her John Deere, like just blowing money on like, you know, rural like stuff that it's like, we don't wear it. We live here. We don't dress this way. Why are you doing it?
She took her shoes off, put a piece of straw in her mouth.
We went and spray painted like back road bridges. Yeah. She's like, I can't believe that we're tagging these bridges and not getting, like, we don't have to run. I'm like, no, take your time. Like, it's fine.
It's part of the local art community.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if anybody comes through, they'll just wave. Like, it's not like a big deal.
You missed the spot.
Exactly. And so, so much like that, Pauly Shore's like, I need clothes. And they meet Tracy. This is where Carl meets Tracy.
Yeah.
And then Travis apologizes to Carl for hitting him and is like, well, I want to throw you a bachelorette party.
Yeah, sure you do,
bachelor
Travis.
Party, but not bachelorette. I want to show you a bachelor party. Again, I don't think Travis does anything in this movie without looking at the camera first. Like this whole wink off to the side is Theo's wink, and the other side.
He's rubbing his hands the whole time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's very heavy-handed what he's up to.
Yeah, which is pretty much like a villain in any of the SNL movies. That
he might as well be twiddling his mustache here. So we get to the bachelor party. They're just at a bar. That's all it is.
Yeah, I think it's the same bar from before, the line dance bar.
I think so. It's the only bar in South Dakota.
That's just town in South Dakota.
Whole town, whole state. So they're drinking. They slip not just some. They slip a lot of drug into his drink.
I think it's a York peppermint patty size drug.
Yeah, it's like Theo just kept pouring the pills into the beer. Pauly Shore then cannot drink beer without spilling 80% of it all over him. Yeah. I don't know how we got the drugs into it. So Tracy shows up, and I really felt bad for the Tracy character. Like, I don't know. Like,
it's gross. Yeah. Yes. Like, she's like hired to do like a strip tease, and then
you get the vibe throughout the entire movie that she and Travis are a side item anyway.
Yeah. That's like they never really come out and say it, but it's heavily sort of implied.
He treats her like dirt.
Oh yeah.
She makes comments, are you coming over later? He's like, of course. Like, she's clearly just his plaything. Yeah. And she has feelings and she wants acceptance, and he just casts her off. It's gross.
It is.
So she shows up, she's dancing for Carl. Of course, the drugs have hit, so he just passes out. They force a beer down her. Cut to next morning, Carl's not home. Yeah. They're all sitting down for breakfast. Walter's like, Zach, where's Carl? He's like, I don't know. He didn't come home last night. And they're all like, well, it's bad. They knew he's had a bachelor party.
Yeah.
To which Theo's like, I don't know. There's a lot of noise coming out of the barn last night. So Becca heads out there, and I think that is the largest barn door I've ever seen on a barn.
It's quite large. Yes.
It is like Game of Thrones-esque. You're heading into the library of Winterfell.
The dragon pen.
Exactly. It's a massive door. And there's Crawl and Tracy partially unclothed.
Yeah, just disoriented.
Yeah, very disoriented. Of course, she flips out, understandably. How could you do this to me, Crawl? Mm-hmm. To which Crawl's on what? I didn't like this turn because Crawl's like, what do you... I understood where he was coming from of like, one, I don't know what happened. I don't remember anything. Two, we're not really together. Like,
yeah.
And she was like, well, fine, I'll take your ring back. And they both get real nasty to each other.
Yeah, they do. Like, really fast.
Real quick. They just get real nasty. So he's going to pack up. He's going to leave. I'm going to go home. Mm-hmm. So he's saying his goodbyes and he leaves. Tracy leaves as well. I don't know how Becca didn't see Tracy's car parked outside the barn when she walked past it to get to the barn, but
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
Well, Tracy gets to the car and realizes my seat is back a long way.
Yeah.
So she moves her seat up. She's driving her Trans Am away. Something sparked her to reach under her seat. I don't know what it was, other than just it was that time where she had to. And she finds the bottle of pills. Yeah. Quickly turns around, heads back to the Warners, stops because there's only one highway in South Dakota.
Yeah.
It's by the bar.
He's trying to thumb it by road.
Yes, he's by road. She's get in the car. And so he does. They go back to the Warners. They're still sitting down for Thanksgiving dinner. This must have been hours later because they were just starting to prep the turkey when they're like, where's Crawl? When Tracy gets back to the house with Crawl, they're sitting down for dinner. That, I don't know, logic.
Don't overthink it, my friend.
South Dakota's a big state. And
it is large. From east to west, it is a very large state.
And Crawl actually got quite a ways away.
Yeah,
Tracy did spend hours looking for him. A long road.
Had to fill up the gas tank several times.
It is a Trans Am. So she Crawl comes back in. Of course, Travis is like, you get out of here. Well, then Tracy comes in and she's like, Travis is like, do you want me to get rid of him, Mr. Warner? And Walters was like, no, Crawl, say your piece. What do you got to say? So he's like, Tracy comes in and she's like, I don't remember anything, but my seat was moved back and I found these drugs. And Theo, did you have anything to do with it? Oh, we're just messing around. Well, yeah. Theo, you're fired. Crawl then, of course, because he took like karate as a major for two semesters or whatever, 2 weeks or 2 months.
I think it was a very short amount of time.
So he knew one move, and it took Travis out. It was 2 semesters because I see it here in my notes. And Tracy's, they invite Crawl to sit at the table. Tracy's going to go. They invite Tracy to stay because apparently she's just got nowhere else to go, which is Thanksgiving.
It would have been a long drive to the other side of the state to go home.
It's true, where I lived. And so Becca and Crawl had a talk before about, this is where Crawl kind of got mean. He's like, you know what? You haven't been honest about anything.
Yeah.
So I think it's time to come clean. Well, Becca's going to come clean to her family. Crawl stops her and basically just says, we're taking it slow. We've not decided on a wedding date. Almost like backing out of the engagement to slow things down. And then that's the movie. So
that ends right there.
Becca's family thinks very highly of Crawl and how he handled we're no longer together in an engagement. So Becca's back to love who she wants, assuming she's going back to school, I'm guessing. So
yes, it's very open-ended at the end.
Now, I left a cameo out. You had mentioned there'll be a cameo you wanted to share. It was early in the movie. It was the Halloween party. What cameo did you want to mention?
Well, yeah, this movie came out in 93, hot on the heels of the movie that was really Pauly Shore's breakthrough, Encino Man, which was either 91 or 92. And yes, so Brandon Fraser comes back and plays his Neanderthal character from
Link.
Encino Man. Yeah, Link, that's right.
It was kind of fun because Carl kind of looked at him like they knew each other.
Kind of did like a double take, like he sort of recognized him.
And he's like,
nah.
No way. It was fun enough. Yeah,
it was fine.
But the only way that's going to work is if you've seen Encino Man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be like, what's that about?
But I mean, really, why would you go see Son-in-Law, like a Pauly Shore vehicle, if you hadn't seen Encino Man?
That's true. Yeah,
Plus, I'm just a big Lane Smith fan.
That's true. I'm a big
anything.
I'll see anything Steve Rash has made.
I mean, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that, folks, is 1993's Son-in-Law. Every week, Oz and I give our own unique rating to the film we've been yapping about. Hey, Oz, how would you rate Son-in-Law?
There were two parts in this movie where John Denver's Thank God I'm a Country Boy played. Mm-hmm. There was one where Pauly Shore is in the combine, not knowing where he's at, starts playing it like a video game, and it drives, and he ends up writing the name Crawl in the cornfield. Mm-hmm. So back to the John Denver thing. My rating is I'm going to give this movie 72 funny riddles.
72 funny riddles.
Because to be fair, I've been singing that part of that song since we finished watching it. Like, life ain't nothing but a funny riddle. So 72 funny riddles.
There you go.
What are you giving it?
Oh, I didn't even think this one through. I'm going to go with, let's go with 44 American Gothics.
Okay.
The like classic the portrait. Yeah. Why not? 44 American Gothics. That works. All right. Well, hey, folks. Every week, Oz and I scour the interwebs searching for unprofessional reviews that tickle our funny bones, and we hope they tickle yours as well in this week's edition of Outside Insight. Oz, what is your Outside Insight?
I have two very short ones, both of them 3.5 stars. The first one is from Parker on Letterboxd, left November of 2014. A lot of people seem to hate this movie, and it really tweaks my melon to see a buff bro like Pauly Shore here get wheezed on by greasy scumbags. So just chill. And Kat, who left her review almost 10 years later, says, some of these crusty reviews have never wheezed the juice, and it shows.
That's the trick. You have to wheeze the juice.
Yeah,
Pauly Shore really did have his own sort of vernacular.
He did. Yeah. And there was a lot of it on display here.
Yeah, it was all there.
It's bizarre because it's almost like the closest I would equate it to is almost like surfer talk, like surfer lingo.
It's like a stupid version of just like, California lingo.
Yeah, it's just this California Valley surfer lingo with
stoner vibes.
Yeah, but only one person is using it, so you can't communicate with it because it's one person's vocab.
Pauly Shore he's his own Tower of Babel.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he's his own Rosetta Stone. Like, what does this mean?
Like that.
Not sure. But
not sure.
Yeah, but it's like it's just he just spits this out, and we get it. It's pretty dumb, but we get this stretch over the movie where early on the Warners don't have a clue what he's saying. Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the movie, they're using that vocabulary.
Yep.
And as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, all of you are much better actors than Pauly Shore. Mm-hmm. To be fair, what he does well. Like, I'll give him that. Like
his one trick, yes.
Yeah, but it's like I would rather digest a Pauly Shore movie than like a Tom Green movie.
That's true. Yeah.
Like Tom Green in Road Trip wasn't as bad because he was just a side character, and he was pretty subdued in that.
Yeah, wasn't overexposed.
Yeah. But Freddy Got Fingered,
or it's just an hour and a half of Tom Green.
Yeah, it's like even the Tom Green show got to a point where it was like, this is just too much.
Yeah.
Pauly Shore was innocent enough. Like, I think he just kind of had fun with his, I'm on spring break 365 days a year. And it wasn't hurting anybody. Like, it wasn't offensive. It was just, oh, look at him go. It's
isn't that adorable?
That's Mitzi Shore's son, Pauly. So.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. So, what's your outside inside?
My outside insight, as always, comes from the Internet Movie Database. This one is a 10 out of 10, left by Susan Durson in January of 2022, so pretty recent at the time of this recording, with the subject line, Soul Recognition, SOUL.
Okay.
My life has been turned around since I watched this. The heartwarming family love brings me to the highest level of happiness. I came to the realization that my soul matches the same vibration as this movie, and I feel that it is made to make me feel whole. In another life, if I had met the human embodiment of this film, I feel that we would be soulmates. The aura of this cinematic story is purple with a lining of orange and gold. This describes the story as joyful, dynamic, and is certain in its individuality. I wholeheartedly believe that it is a cinematic masterpiece that will fulfill the soul of anyone that invests their time in it.
Cinematic masterpiece.
Yes, I think this person got into the same dank stash that Pauly Shore keeps.
Yeah, from the director of 2 Bring It On sequels comes a cinematic masterpiece.
Yes, I like the aura is purple with the lining of orange and gold.
Yeah,
this person is really, really seeing things.
They're very visual. Movie. Yes.
All right, folks. Yep, it is that point of the show you've all been waiting for. The Let's Talk About Flicks signature segment, the 3, 2, 1, in which Oz and I each share 3 goods, 2 bads, and 1 about this week's movie, 1993's Son-in-Law. Oz, what are your 3 goods?
My first one, and I mentioned it last week at the end of the show, the rest of the cast does a really good job of balancing Pauly Shore out in this movie.
Agreed completely. Yeah, that was one of my possibilities. Was the supporting cast was actually decent.
Mm-hmm. Now they all got paid, thankfully, because you can kind of, especially Elaine Smith. There's parts where I'm like, oh god, this has got to be killing him on the inside, which makes me hope that when the cameras are not running, Pauly Shore winds it down. Mm-hmm. You know, that it's like this is his character when we're rolling, and when we say cut,
I hope so.
It's back to it's back to just him being a great teammate, great job everybody, because everybody knows they're there for him. This is his vehicle. Mm-hmm. They're in a movie with Pauly Shore, despite the fact that they're all better actors than Pauly Shore, and I think everybody on camera really did a great job of making the setting and the environment believable.
Yeah.
That
enough.
Because you say cut and I'm like, God, they've got to hate this. Like the guy who played Grandpa, there's no way on earth he enjoyed spitting those lines out.
This is what the guy who played Grandpa at the age of 19 thought that his career would crescendo to.
But it's a paycheck, and this is their job. And it's important for all of us to remember that not everyone in Hollywood is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes,
that a lot of them are like, hey, it's a living,
Yeah, and they're not all Schwarzenegger or Scarlett Johansson pulling in $20 million minimum per movie.
That they are. They went to audition for this. They read the job posting. They auditioned for the movie. So it's like, no, they're trying to get hired for a job.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Table. Yeah. So kudos to them. But yeah, they really did do a great job of keeping that from getting too obnoxious.
Yes.
My second one is I really liked the Grandpa and Becca relationship. While her parents were pretty much, I won't say always, but you could tell that there was some animosity between mom and dad just because their marriage got stale, but they still loved each other. And, she's going away. They didn't want her to go away, but it's all along there's Grandpa that's calling her Sweet Pea, and you go out there and you take the world on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
To where even though mom and dad there's the weight of their lives on her shoulders, Grandpa's still just like, go get him, kiddo. Like, and I really did. I like that he accepted her even when she came home. Yes, he had kind of a dumbfounded look on his face about the changes she'd gone through, but he's like, that's still my granddaughter. So he loved her for that. And 3, it wasn't very long, but I do enjoy that Crawl learning how to farm montage.
Yeah.
That, and I'm glad that they did it back to back or fairly close instead of stretching out. Here's Crawl failing at chores, and then 40 minutes later, here's Crawl getting them.
Here's him. Now he has the rollerblades.
Yeah, like I'm glad that they kind of sandwiched him together so that we didn't have to drag out the other end of this where he does, conquer the chores. Either way, it was a montage set to John Denver. So
yeah,
those are my 3 goods. What do you got?
Oh, for my 3 goods, let's start with I didn't expect a movie like this to have something subtle and subtle at the end, and that was when Tracy gets in her car and she realizes that the seat wasn't in its normal position. That's something that they easily could have just like she sat on the pill bottle, but like they took just a beat in a 90-minute movie for her to give like a something's off here. And as minor as that is, I appreciated that attention to detail. So
it's about the only time in the movie we saw somebody think.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, so that's my first good. My second good is in the dorm. There's some fun songs in this movie.
There are, yeah.
But there's one in particular I'm going to point out. In the dorm, towards the beginning of the movie, we hear "Feed the Tree" by Belly, which is an awesome song from the early '90s. Oh, love that song. And then my third good, Oz. We've talked before that there are people in Hollywood that have specific jobs to do specific things.
Yeah.
We've talked about like the saxophonist, and we've talked about all these people who, like, there's one person in Hollywood that does all of these things. The person who makes fake computer graphics makes an appearance in this movie when we see Zach's computer.
Yeah.
Like it's not working and Crawl has to go over and debug it. And we see fake computer code running. Yep. So somebody got paid to make this fake computer program to run and make it look like Crawl was doing something.
So while Pauly Shore's mashing the keyboard, something's on the screen.
Just with his knuckles. He's not even using his fingertips.
He's not even looking.
But speaking of, it's, people have to get paid. This is how they make a living. And that person made a living by writing a fake computer code to be on the sunscreen in this movie. So
well done. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Oz, what are your 2 bads?
I mentioned it earlier, but just going to bring it back. My first bad is the Crawl and mom and bathroom scene.
Yeah.
I'm so happy the movie did not even hint at that going anywhere but where it did, thankfully. But it still was just like, dude, everybody lingered. Mom lingered, Crawl lingered, everything was just lingering. And it's like, you're in a towel and it was just awkward.
Yeah,
just
I had that as a possible bad as well.
And my second one is don't propose in public.
Yeah.
Like the whole Travis, he was so certain where this was going. Haven't seen Becca in 3 months. I'm just going to pop the question the night she gets back. And it obviously didn't go well. And don't put that kind of pressure on people. I understand some people love it. And so if that's the relationship you have, kudos to you. But I always feel bad for the woman on like scoreboard camera.
Yeah.
That gets proposed to at Yankee Stadium with the camera on her. Like, what do you want her to say? So I don't like that. So no proposing in public. That's my second.
That's when you need Lone Star to show up and just say, no, she doesn't.
Lone Star. So those are my 2 bads. What do you got?
Oh, for my 2 bads, I'm going to start with Crawl's at the beginning of the movie. You didn't mention this earlier because you didn't need to. During the sequence, between Halloween and Thanksgiving, that 4 weeks where they become besties. We see them going around town and getting off campus, and Crawl and Becca go to a mud wrestling place.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And Becca pays for Crawl to get in the ring. They've been watching these scantily clad women, mud wrestle each other, and she pays for him to get in the ring. And unbeknownst to him, it's with a very large woman.
Yeah.
And just his reaction of genuine disgust to realizing he's not with hot woman in skimpy bikini. He's with large, unattractive woman. Ew, get me out of here.
Right. Yeah. That was gross.
That was just no. So that's my first bad. And then my second bad, and this has already been mentioned, but it got really old really fast. Again, Pauly Shore, you can say what you want about his Pauly Shore-isms and I love the Rosetta Stone of Pauly Shore. But when other people are doing that, like Becca's doing it, like if she's getting off the plane, Lane Smith is doing it, like
right. I know, I agree. It's like, really, really cringe.
I don't need to hear Lane Smith going Weasel.
Yeah, I agree. It's very cringe. It's in that same vein of how like kids react when their parents are doing like 6, 7.
You beat me to it. That's like that. How fast that went out of style. Yeah. Once you saw 38-year-old soccer moms going 6, 7. Yeah.
Our kids quit saying it when we got them. We got Ella. One of them got a 6, and one of them got a 7 set of PJs for Christmas.
Okay.
That honestly, Jenny and I were like, we got to kill this. How can we go? Let's get them PJs. They got the PJs. They didn't want to wear them. They normally are all on board. We made them wear them for pictures. And
I love that.
And it quieted down.
Squash that fast.
Yep. They, and even like Ella was a little more aware of like, why did you do this? So like, you guys do it all the time. We're just leaning into it. We never say it. Jenny and I never say it, but we're like, no, we see you're 6, 7, and we'll get you some clothes.
We raise you.
Yeah.
Now,
Lucas still wears his. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He said, by the tree, we got to get your Christmas picture, guys. I'm like, oh god.
I could see Lucas wearing it just because it's probably comfortable pajamas.
That's exactly why he does. Yeah.
He probably found a basketball player like with the number 7 that he gravitated towards or something.
He'd be like, that's not that. It's this. This is the reason.
Yeah.
They killed it pretty quick around here.
Well done. Tip of the cap to you and Jenny.
It's all Jenny.
Yeah. So those are my bads. Oz, what is your
You had mentioned this like 3.5, 4 week span of time between I would have leave school to I'm a whole new person.
Yeah.
We get the montage, of course, with the haircut and the hair coloring and the new clothing and the tattoo and the how did Becca, this is my how did Becca make such an impact at school in 3 weeks?
Yeah.
She had been there since August and was a nobody up until Halloween. She gets a haircut and starts saying chillin'.
Yeah.
And like when she and Crawl are leaving, it's bye Becca, see you Becca. Like she's like the star of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a couple of weeks.
Yeah. It's been like 3 weeks. So that's my How did she make such an impact at college in like a 3 week span?
Yeah.
What do you got?
That's good. I can throw a backup one in there as well. Yeah. I got 2 that are just neck and neck right there. So I'll start with a backup. The first one has to do right at the end. Did they go back to college?
Right. Yeah.
Like I don't know. I would hope so.
Right. I assume they did. Well, Crawl had to have because he doesn't live in South Dakota.
Yeah. But like, I mean, the whole point of her not wanting to marry Travis, I mean, besides the fact that Travis was a big turd,
right.
But like, she wanted to go back to college. She didn't want to feel stuck in her hometown. And that was a big draw for her to go out to LA for college. And so did they go back? I would hope they did.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the movie if they stayed.
Right. We live here now.
Yeah. But my real real one is right at the beginning of the movie. We're 2 minutes in. You mentioned before we get this weird helicopter shot that shows the 4 square blocks of town and the tiny graduating class with the at Ohio State's football field.
Yeah.
And again, Becca is giving the valedictorian speech. And as she finishes her speech, all the graduates throw their mortarboards into the air. Don't you typically do that like after like the administrator declares that you're graduates? I don't know about you. I've never been to a graduation ceremony where, okay, valedictorian's done talking. We
didn't think she'd ever finish. That's true. Yeah. Well, so not many graduate in South Dakota, to be honest.
Maybe that's it.
This was the state graduation.
One of us is fully literate. We
celebrate.
Yeah, so that's it. Like they haven't been formally, they haven't been legally declared graduates of high school, but they're throwing their mortarboards.
To go along with that, I saw a TikTok video the other day where there was a fairly large high school graduation ceremony in a gym, and the lady was filming her daughter sitting there, and the daughter like mistimed when all of this stuff was happening and did stand up and threw her cap completely by herself. Cap goes sailing off behind her somewhere. The daughter just looks around and sits back down and like buries her head. Like the mom's got it all. And then what does mom do? Then mom uploads it to TikTok.
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's really, I know you agree with me on this. The only reason we chose to breed was to have children we could make fun of and troll, right?
Yes, occasionally, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, that poor student couldn't have felt any smaller. Like she just celebrated it just a bit early.
Yeah.
And then sat the rest of the graduation with no cap because it was laying on the floor back
because it was 10 rows back.
So no, that's a good one though. Well, that was a very fast Gosh Barnett month.
It was.
Gosh Barnett, it's
Gosh
over
Barnett,
already.
that went quick. That was a fun month.
It was.
Just doing the recap. Son-in-Law. We had Witness, Twister, and then Friday the 13th, the final, not so final chapter.
Yeah, part 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of variety in what we covered. Drama, action, horror, and comedy. We
got them all. Covered all bases.
We did get it all. So what do we got next month?
Well, next month, as we transition from Gosh Barnett month, we're going from land. Well, I should say with the next movie, we'll be going from land to sea. But we're going from barn. We're going from outdoors to indoors.
Fair enough.
We are transitioning from Gosh Barnett month to board games.
Mm-hmm.
So movies that were inspired in one way or another by a board game.
Okay.
We have some. We have one classic in here, and then we have 3 others that meet the definition of the month.
They are based on a board game.
Yes, they technically are. So we are going to kickstart Board Game Movie Month with 2012's Battleship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This movie is 2 hours and 11 minutes.
This movie has got some star power behind it.
It does. It's got some big names in there. Liam Neeson.
There's
a Skarsgård.
I'm looking at the cast right now. I mean, like you said, Liam Neeson, Jesse Plemons, Rami Malek.
Yeah. Plemons and Malek were very early in their careers.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Malek is just he does have a speaking role. I'm about 2/3 of the way through it, and I feel like I've been watching it for 3 hours.
I bet. Yeah.
It's
Peter McNichol.
It's Vigo.
Rihanna's in the movie.
Rihanna is in the movie. She's basically playing Vasquez.
Yeah. I mean, there's some names in this movie.
Yeah, Brooklyn Decker.
They're just not the stars of the movie.
Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah.
Directed by Peter Berg, who's done a lot of stuff over the last 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So there's and Liam Neeson himself.
Yeah, this movie is produced by Hasbro.
Of course it is.
There you go.
I will say the alien weapons look like the little pegs from the game.
Okay.
So their weapons that they fire from their ship at said battleships look like the little pegs from Battleship. They're not colored the same way, but they're intentionally supposed to look that way.
So, not seen this movie at all.
I had not either until a couple hours ago when I started watching it.
Yeah, it says I don't understand how Hollywood budgets work. I wish that when you say budget, just tell me the number you spent on the movie.
Yeah.
Don't separate, marketing, all that stuff. Because it's like this movie had a production budget of between $209 and $220 million. And this movie was made in 2012. That was before we really kept track.
Yeah.
Like 209 to 220. Give or take $11 million. But it made $303 million, which it says is a flop at the box office. Universal and Hasbro each lost $150 million. One of the biggest box office bombs of all time. That's what's confusing. Budget of 209, made 303. So you made almost $100 million. Oh no, we lost $300 million. Yeah. Well, where'd it go? Like, just put it all in there. Like, whatever you spent to market the movie, put it in there.
And you could tell that a ton of money went into that.
Oh, it had to have. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just effects
well,
everywhere.
And the sad thing is, you know what else? What other movie is effects? Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost $220 million.
It cost less than $10 million.
Yeah. So.
And it looks better.
Yeah. But it doesn't have Taylor Kitsch.
It doesn't have Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah. So, Battleship movie I haven't seen. Looking at the rest of the month, I'm glad this one's going first. Just get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Again, I will say it does so far. I'm into it. We'll get into it more next week. Yeah. It's not a train wreck. I will say that. Okay. It's not a train wreck. It's just long. Worse. Yes. I've seen much worse.
Yeah, long is a bummer. So
yeah, it's just long.
That's fair.
That's all right.
Social media wise, Facebook and Instagram. Check out the website, letstalkaboutflix.com. I did finally get through Nanook of the North.
I saw that. Good for you.
I did. I finally am like, you know what? This is a completely silent movie. I'm just gonna 1.5 times this thing, and that's what I did. And next thing I know, I'm like, it had me. Like I'm watching, and I was hooked. And then it was over, and I'm like, oh, movie's over already? Yeah, well, it's a documentary, and they don't really have a 3-act structure, so that's why it was over. Not a bad movie.
Okay.
Now it's Andrei Rublev, a 3-hour Russian film. It's a tough one.
Enjoy that, my friend.
It's from the 60s, so at least the filmmaking technology is a little bit more advanced than the 1912 or whatever that Nanook of the North was. But yeah, we'll see if I get through it. But yeah, catch us on all the social medias.
Yes.
As long as by all the social medias, it's just Facebook and Instagram.
They all filter there anyways.
Yeah, they all get there. And so for another week of Let's Talk About Flicks, I'm Oz.
I'm Curtis.
We'll see you guys next week with Battleship.